Good. But hey, with that, you ready to get this thing on the road?
Let's do it. Yeah, I think
Get
I'm ready. I
started?
see you over the logo and everything, so I'm good to go.
Good deal, Nick. All right, let's do this. Hey, everybody, this is James Gilbert. This is the Work Hard People's Podcast. I hope everybody out there is doing great. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below. If you want that old school labs gear or you want to get some subs, I'm telling you, use code WHP, get 20% off at checkout. I use them. I love them. With that, we have Mr. Nick Polte on. How you doing today, sir?
Good. How is everyone doing today? I'm glad to be here. Glad to be talking to you. It's going to be a great show. I'll tell you that.
Thanks. I'm glad you're coming on with us. The reason I'm having Nick on is twofold. So, number one, I'm very good friends with Nick's mom and stepdad, and I remember Nick seeing pictures just that your mom would post, and he was a little chunky boy,
There you go.
and he has like all of a sudden I started seeing these posts years ago. And he's out there just killing it. Like, I mean, he's deadlifting. What's the most you deadlifted?
So I deadlifted 525 at 18.
At 18. So 525. And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
20. So 525 at 18. He was really into powerlifting. I was just watching him work and I was impressed. You know me, people. You know that I love to see people killing it in the gym and working hard. That's the first reason, because we're going to kind of show you a little bit. Well, we'll talk a little bit about his progression there and what he's doing now. And also just his transformation, because it's really good. I mean, like I said, he went from a young man, a little on the chubby side, to a very strong young man, to now he's starting to get into a little bit more bodybuilding, bulking and cutting, things like that. And we got some pictures we'll show you. But the second reason is because Nick is kind of starting a business here, and I love what he's doing. He's mainly on Instagram, and there'll be a link in the bio to his page. So definitely, follow him, and you'll get to kind of see what he's getting into. But he's going to talk about it. Let's jump into that first. So,
Okay.
tell us about what is it, Nick Polte Media, right?
Yeah, that's just the Instagram tag right now, obviously. But the whole point of the Instagram right now is outreach and building my portfolio. That's the main thing. I make my own videos. It's called short form content. And what you do is you record. So it'd be me in this case. I record these videos, edit them, post them to social media, showing other people what I can do and what I can do for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not all I can do, though. Obviously, it's just a start. You need a base for everything, So
yeah, you got to start somewhere. I don't care what it is. Before the show, we were kind of talking about the podcast, right? Yeah. Like, I started this podcast just because, like I said, selfish endeavor. I like talking to people. Started talking to people, really enjoyed it. The content sucked at first. When I go back to the first video, it's like, oh my goodness, that's terrible. We built a little cult following, and we do get engagement, and it's growing, and that's it. It's just, for me, I have fun doing it. I love meeting new people. I just reach out to people. Like, if I see somebody doing something cool that I like, I reach out to them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and try to invite them on the show. I send them a few links so they can see what I'm about. And then we go from there. And I think that's kind of where you're at, right? You're trying to get people interested in what you can offer. And I can tell you, just from my own viewership, that the videos, that they're very professional looking. The sound is great. And I can see you marketing products, helping companies out, doing that. Is that ultimately the direction you're headed?
Yeah, at some point it would be to get away from me posting myself. And it would just be showing, it would be like a collection, like instead of also a website. In addition, it's my Instagram, and it's a collection of everything. People, social media nowadays is crazy. You tap one thing and you're already on Instagram, wherever, right? And that's where I want people to click, is the Instagram, so that they can just see everything.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, social media, because you never know what's going to hit. You just I remember, like, when I first started this, we were man, we were doing like 30 views, 100 views, and I didn't even care, right?
Yep.
Like for me, it was more about the conversations I was having because I was learning a lot from these people, like how they were prepping themselves. I was able to help people like do a podcast where I was actually like coaching them on the podcast, different ways to train and eat and things like that. So I was just having fun. And then it gradually started growing. We'd get like 400 or 500 on some episodes. And then bam, I had a guest on 5,000 views. I was like, what? It just hit right, right? Then we just kind of stayed steady. And now, they pop, some do, some don't, but it is what it is. But it's just that steady consistency and people seeing what you can do. And if you're doing something good, if you're putting out good content, you're doing it in a professional manner, I think that people will gravitate to that. And especially with you, man, what I love about you, you're a young kid, you've got some drive in you. You're trying to do something that you're interested in and help others. I think it will do well.
That's the hope for sure.
Yeah, I think it'll do well. Time, hard work.
Yep.
I mean, the name of this show is Hard Work Peoples because you got to put in that work. I don't care what you're doing, whether it's training, work, whatever your day-to-day job is. If you're trying to build a business, I heard a long time ago someone say, "Pick your 16." And that's the 16 hours a day that you want to work to accomplish your goals.
Yep.
And in some cases, it may actually even be 20. But usually when you're starting a business, you're working a day job. So you're working 40, 50 hours a week, right? So let's just say you're working 40 hours a week. You've got that 8 hours a day. So the other 8 hours of that 16, that's when you're devoting to the other things you need to do. Number one, training, staying healthy. But if you're building a business, that's the time that you build that business until you can step away from that other job, until you're bringing in the income that you need to do that. Right.
I'm very thankful. I do not work 8-hour days. I'm a server. So my shifts are maybe 4 to 5 hours, but man, it's those tips. They help out so much.
Where do you work at?
I work at a restaurant in San Diego. It's called Islands.
Okay.
Yeah.
My wife manages a restaurant, so.
Oh, really?
I'm familiar. Yeah.
There you go. But the time I save by working at a restaurant is amazing. Like I can put so much more time into me, what I want to do, creative wise, content wise, stuff like that. And obviously, I live with my parents too, so it's like. It's easy sailing from here. Like this is easy, you know what I'm saying? Like I have all the backings, like why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Like So
and just put in that time, dude. You're gonna get kicked in the teeth, and that's okay. Just keep grinding, and next thing you know, we'll be like, oh, it's Nick Polte on the Rich and Famous.
There you go. Exactly.
So let me ask you this. If you had a vision in your mind, what does 5 years look like for you as far as your business goes?
5 years looks like this is what I'm gonna say here. 5 years looks like I'm taking a step back and I'm letting other people do this for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the goal. Is I'm doing this for myself, but I want to get to a point where I'm hiring these editors, I'm hiring these videographers, I'm hiring these photographers. They're going out to you. I'm just the guy behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's where you really start. You can venture into other things, and this is just a little side gig at that point. Yeah. So I just want to keep growing myself. This is just something I want to start right now, and then just keep snowball effect just from there.
Yeah, that's good. Have you thought about doing anything like using your own fitness journey and your company marketing kind of yourself and your fitness journey to kind of show people what you can do?
I have thought about that. I'm not sure because I've kept them separate. I know because you saw me on the this one, the Nick Polte created, but also I have another Instagram too, and that's all my gym stuff.
What's that?
That's just Nick Polte.
Just Nick Polte?
Yeah, just Nick Polte. Yeah, and that's where I post I post Instagram reels. They're a little bit different than when I post on this other Instagram, the Nick Polte Creative, or sorry, Nick Polte Media. My bad. It's more gym related, and that's the whole point I created this new Instagram is because I don't want to. The content mesh niche is a lot different. that I'm doing on
Yeah,
between these two. You know what I'm saying?
got it.
But in terms of what's going on in the background, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and I just see where you could. I mean, I could see where you could have clients that
Yeah.
are, maybe trying to be influencers in the fitness realm, where you'd be able to help them as well with content and things.
Hmm.
So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
And then, so let me ask you this: the change from power lifter to bodybuilding. What's that about? You going to get on stage?
That's definitely a thought in my mind that I want to do. I don't I know people say you should just go out and do it, but for me, I want to make sure when I go on stage that I have a base. I don't want to be
Yeah.
a Are you allowed to cuss in here? But I don't want to be a skinny
Oh
bitch
yeah.
on stage.
No,
You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
you. I got you, man. I understand. I
um,
understand. C-bum. Don't
yeah.
be a
Well,
skinny
obviously,
bitch.
I'm not going to be this huge dude, but I don't want to be. I have some self pride in me, and I want to go on there. I want to do it 130, 140%
Yeah.
condition,
Well,
max, everything about what I can do.
fitness takes time, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you, it's that's not a game that's measured in days and weeks. It's months and years of just grinding hard work. But that's why there's different categories too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like men's physique, that's kind of where you start, and then you can start moving up from there. But I mean, you're close. Just looking at the pictures you sent me for the show, I mean, you're close to having a men's physique. You just need a little wider shoulders, more roundness to the muscles.
Yeah.
You really need the roundness,
Yeah.
right? That any time when you're on stage, you want roundness versus that strong. You got that still got kind of that strongman base from lifting really heavy. It's
Yeah.
a different the roundness. Like you look, my shoulders are very round. It's from
Yeah.
it's rep ranges and the way that you're manipulating the muscle and things like that, right? Do you have a coach?
No, I do everything by myself.
You looking up workouts online for bodybuilding or?
Honestly, I obviously, because with the content stuff, I do my own research. I just do my own research for everything. I show
Yeah,
what's working. Honestly, at the end of the day, for me, it's just you train hard and you're gonna get somewhere at some point. Obviously, I'm gonna need to narrow it down and really get into it with the specifications in it. But
yeah. So rep ranges matter when you're dealing with bodybuilding. If you want to build that big, round, juicy muscle, right? You need to be up in the more the 8 to 12 rep range. Some things even 15 to 20. Whereas like powerlifting, you're doing 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 5,
yeah,
going down to a max, things like that. You do a lot more supersets, drop sets, intensifiers, things like that when you're building for a show, or trying to change that physique to get it. It's just different when you look at a strongman, even if they're ripped. The way their muscles sit on their body is way different than if you look at an open bodybuilder or
mhm,
a on stage athlete. It's just a
yeah.
different muscle shape, and it's done with training. I would invite you to follow Hani Rambod at all.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, that's the goat right there. You want to learn
Mhm.
about bodybuilding? FST7, Hani Rambod.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
he is a great follow. Obviously, C Bum. Everybody
yeah.
follows him because he's the master. He's good too, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Love that guy. I love you.
Yeah, I do too. He's a good dude. I hate to see him step away. I wonder how long it's going to be if he's going to come back again.
You know, I think it'll happen. There's no way he
He
doesn't.
looked great. Did you see him on the open stage?
Yeah, that's an open bodybuilder right there.
Oh yeah, well he was open in classic, man. I mean, he was
Yeah.
200 and what was his weight count? 255.
So I mean, you know what he was doing before. What do you call it? Classic came out. He was gonna be an open bodybuilder.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Classic came out, and I remember watching a YouTube video how many so years ago. He was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna try out this Classic thing, see how well it goes." And 4 years later, whatever, he's freaking Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, well, dude. I'm telling you right now, he's just got a great physique. It's just everything is very symmetrical. Um, He's
His
just got a
weight.
great physique.
I'm so jealous of his waist.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and that's the other key. And the way you manipulate that is wide shoulders,
Yeah.
wide legs, right?
Yep.
That's the science behind it. Because really, stage athlete, it's a beauty contest.
Yeah.
And it's about accentuating your genetics.
Yeah.
And they're looking for that V taper. So the wider you can get your shoulders and lats, and the wider you can get your legs, the narrower your waist looks. Like when you look at Cutler back in the day, 4-time Mr. Olympia, he has a pretty wide waist,
Yeah, he does.
but he had one of the widest backs on stage. So you didn't notice it.
And some of the biggest legs too.
Oh yeah, huge legs. So you just didn't notice it. It's same with Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman was taller.
Yeah.
You look at most of these guys, man. They're 5'9", 5'7", right in that range.
Yeah.
The top athletes are.
Yeah.
So you get up in that 6'1" range, things like that. You got to do a lot. And Coleman was huge. He was so wide. So everything matched up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean,
But
just look at Samson. Did you watch the recent?
Oh yeah. Samson, he looked really good.
I mean, you could say this guy should have won, this guy would have won, but man, that's a big dude right there.
Well, it's subjective.
Yeah.
Some people are looking how shredded are you. Some people are looking how big. What's the combination? What's the symmetry?
Yeah.
Samson was a deserving winner, man.
Yeah.
He was a monster on stage. He was shredded. He looked great.
And he's tall too. That's taken so.
Yeah, he is. He is. He makes those other guys look like small.
Like him next to Derek Lunsford, like that looks like.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like I'm like, what the heck? This looks crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this: what else you getting into? Just that? You just lifting and working on the media?
Yeah, I would say just that. I mean, I definitely like with my gym account, I like to post just me working out. Like it's just like kind of cinematic, very simple stuff. Like that's just my thing. But yeah, I mean, just the media thing, the gym, working. I mean, life's simple. I like to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? I'll make sure and drop that Instagram in the description as well.
Okay.
So people can follow you there. And then also, just so you know, Old School Labs, they're getting ready to do a transformation challenge. And it's not just for how much weight can you lose. They actually have a bodybuilding division. There's lots of prizes. Winner gets $3,000. I first found Old School Labs through a transformation challenge. I was getting ready to go through a cut. And a perfect timing. I'm getting ready to cut again. So I just came out of a powerlifting phase myself.
Yeah.
And I won like the People's Choice Champion. I think it was $600. I think I placed fourth in the actual transformation. Got like another $350-$400.
There you go. Dang, free money right there.
Yeah, it's just for doing whatever. I mean, you're doing it anyway. But if you just go to oldschoollabs.com, you have to spend $35. You got to buy a product that's $35. I'll send you are you on Facebook?
I have an account, but man, I haven't accessed that account.
I'll send you a link to your Instagram.
Okay.
And you can read all the rules and see what they're doing. And dude, it's a great community. You'd be able to, get in touch, get in front of more people with what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
There is a Facebook page on there that a lot of people communicate in, but I mean, that'd be a great way to get your Instagram out so that people could start following your content. Like I said, it's a great group of people. I know the head of the athlete program very well. He comes on the show sometimes. He's a great dude. But man, there's a lot of competitive bodybuilders that are part of this group.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are doing like one guy that's doing real well, Miguel Paula. He does a lot of OCB competitions. He looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So he does a good thing. It'd be great for you to be able to glean some knowledge, and I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, I'd be interested to look into that then.
So, are you cutting right now, or are you bulking?
Uh, like bulking, but I am getting to the point where I'm gonna need to cut. I am getting a little fluffy.
A little fluffy. I'm very fluffy right now. So,
I still have a little 4 pack, but it's kind of close to going away. I'll tell you that.
yeah, well, if you're bulking and you still got a little bit of abs showing, even if there's a layer of fat over it, you're doing pretty good. You're
Yeah,
doing good. So, but yeah, I just came out of that powerlifting phase, and then I did a like a 2 week deload. Just kind of, I didn't touch a weight for 2 weeks, just completely, and then I went back a couple days ago.
yeah.
I'm so freaking sore, dude.
You're dead.
Sore, man.
How
My
it is though.
back. I did back today, and I did chest 2 days ago, and like I'm telling you, I feel like my tits are falling off. It's terrible.
That's so funny.
But I got super strong, stronger than I've been in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to like I was repping 115-pound dumbbells and doing I got it to I don't do because I'm old, dude. My joints scare me. I'm
Yeah,
53. I don't need a pec tearing off a bone or blowing my shoulder out my back, you know?
yeah.
So if I can't do it like at least 6 times, I'm not touching it. But I got to the point where I was doing like on flat bench, I was doing 325 for 8.
Dang.
Incline, I was doing 315 for 7 8. So for me, I got real strong. I was rowing rowing the 115-pound dumbbells for whatever 8 to 12. I just got, man, I feel like I could punch through a wall.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Dang.
but I also gained a little weight doing that.
Hey, the holidays, I'm telling you.
Oh, you are not kidding, man. That turkey and potatoes stuffing, it'll get you.
Mac and
That's a
cheese.
good time to be bulking, though.
Yeah, last year was I was cutting on last year and I horrible. Worst decision ever
Yeah,
made.
yeah. If you're gonna bulk, do it at Christmas time. Thanksgiving through Christmas, start cutting. But I'm cutting now. I'm starving, dude.
Really?
When you first make that transition and you start bringing them calories down,
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, I'm hungry.
Yeah, but then
Hungry.
I've noticed though, like after like a little bit, I'm kind of like I get into it. Like I'm chilling for a while.
Yeah, it takes me literally. I've cut many times. It takes me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. I like the first week is the worst.
Yeah.
Second week's a little bit better, and after that, it's just like a groove. It's just
Yeah.
meal plan. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
No problem. But those first 2 weeks, if I can get over that hump, I'm usually pretty good.
Yeah. There you go.
So good deal. Hey, let me ask you this: going back,
Okay.
what was the precipice that you said? You know what? I'm gonna start going to the gym.
All right. This is the exact this is what happened. Ready? I'm gonna tell you this. It was sophomore year of high school. COVID started.
Okay.
Okay. I was that one of those pictures I showed you in the mirror, like when I'm going like this, the beginning pictures. I was 145 pounds, 5'9", skinny fat, like, and I
Yeah.
couldn't pull up. I could barely do a push up, and I don't know what the mind switch was, but I was like, I'm done with this. I'm so done with this.
Yeah.
I I want to be able to do these things, and because it was almost embarrassing, like like not being able to do this stuff, and obviously it's high school, but it's like it's almost embarrassing. It's like people are watching and you can't even do a pull up, like
Yeah.
that's what it was for me. And then obviously gyms weren't open yet, so I was going out doing push ups, curling the freaking. We got 20-pound weights out there, and I was trying to do slow, hanging pull up, like going down on the. We have a couple
Yeah.
like bar out there, and then gyms opened up, and I got a freaking membership. There you go.
There you go. Why powerlifting? What was it? Just you just really want to put some strength on, or?
Well, it was like it was just kind of lifting weights at first, and then I
Mhm.
really liked deadlifting. I really liked it.
I
It
do too. I
it's
can't do it anymore, but
it's it's because I'm almost built for deadlifting because I
yeah.
got long arms and I got like medium torso and I got medium sized legs, just the arms. Especially
Yeah.
when I go to sumo, I don't know what you think about sumo, But when I deadlift sumo, I'm locking out on my knees. Like I got
Yeah.
some long arms.
Yeah, I sumo. Are they everything? I'm a guy who believes that everything has its place, right? Sumo hits the body a little bit different
Yeah,
than a traditional deadlift. For bodybuilding, I would recommend doing traditional deadlifts
yeah,
because it engages the entire posterior chain much better than sumo. But sumo, I mean, I got no problem with none of that. Dude,
yeah,
I got, I see people that sumo squat and regular squat. Everything has its place and purpose. You
yeah,
sumo deadlift, you're definitely working, the inside of the legs a little bit more. The
yeah,
the upper body gets, that upper back gets a lot of the load because you're not getting as much drive with your legs when they're under you in a
yeah.
solid form. But yeah, no, I got no problem with it. No problem. It's still
I still like
yanking weight.
conventional. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I like lifting heavy things, man. And I like to do things and sometimes it's counterproductive, really. I mean, from a science standpoint,
yeah, yeah,
but I will do things that will challenge me mentally, right? Like physical tasks that I can do that challenge me mentally. Like when I could squat before I busted my foot up real bad, when I could do squats and things like that, I would do a leg day about once every 6 weeks where I would get kind of warmed up and then I would start my day with doing a German volume set. You know what that is?
a German volume set.
Yeah, 10 sets of 10.
Sounds familiar, but
So,
holy crap, that's painful.
yeah, it's 10 sets of 10. Okay. So I would go to the squat rack. I'd put 225 on the squat rack and I'd do 10 sets of 10 with like 60-second rests in between.
Ugh.
So you do 100 squats and then I would go do the rest of my leg day. Leg press, leg extensions, hack squats, the whole nine, my whole leg day. And the goal was to get through it and get through it pushing weight.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't do it very often, but it really had nothing to do with, oh, I think this is really going to benefit me. No, it's probably going to fatigue my central nervous system and my muscles more than they should be fatigued, which is going
Yeah,
to, promote not great recovery. I typically would have to take a little bit longer between my next leg day. I didn't do it every week. It was just something I would do once in a while, but it was all for this, just to say I can do anything.
hmm,
I could go in this gym and whatever I need to do, I can do it. That's what it was about, making myself mentally strong. It had nothing to do with, like a science based workout. And I do that with everything now, just more, I can't really train legs, just like I said, because of the foot. I can do some leg extensions and things, but I can't put a ton of weight into my foot. So,
yeah,
but I'll do it like with shoulders. I'll go in and I'll just take a rep out of my head. Okay, I'm gonna do 500 reps of shoulders today. So, you're doing or just these huge numbers just to try and do it. And it's all about my mental toughness. I don't train like that every day. It's very rare that I do that. I wouldn't even recommend that people do that, right? It's like I wouldn't coach that.
yeah.
But I think it's good for our mind. It's good for our mind and body to do hard things.
Yeah, that's why I got to a point when you go into the gym where it's done with me. I'm done with this feeling of being embarrassed, and it's more of this is putting discipline in my life. This is putting, I'm tired, blah blah blah, whatever. Like I'm going to the gym later. Like I have to go. It's
Yeah.
building this repetition, this discipline that in order to succeed in things you want to do, you have to do hard things. There's no way around it. You can't cheat code it.
No, I love that you say that discipline because people listen to what he just said. Discipline, motivation will only carry you so far.
Agreed.
If there's not discipline, if you do not get discipline in your life, you're going to fail. And I don't care if it's the gym, work, whatever. You being motivated is only going to carry you so far. One of the great stories I ever heard Goggins tell was he was like, "Do you think that every single day I'm just excited to get up and run? No. Some days I will sit on my bed and stare at my shoes for 30 minutes, calling myself a bitch before I put my shoes on and go run. And so let you know, people see Goggins. Oh, yeah, the guy does this, does that. Yeah, it's easy for him. No, it ain't easy for him. It's not easy for anybody. We're all in different places. It may look easier because I've developed the discipline to do it day after day, even when I'm tired, even when I'm hungry, even when I'm this or that. I still do what I need to do. But it didn't happen overnight. It takes lots of work and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's another thing that I saw a video that you posted, and I want to know why you came up with this. This is a very accurate statement. You said when you're posting your content and doing things, make sure to be genuine.
Yeah, I mean, people there gets to a point when in a business model in a company that it just doesn't seem real anymore. Like big corporations become, it just doesn't seem like, who are these people talking? You got to go down to a genuine level when you talk to someone like me, someone like you. You know what I'm saying? How am I trying to say this? Like, for me to you, this is genuine right here, right?
Yeah.
And when you're trying to gain clientele, gain anything, business wise or something, you need to be genuine in what you're saying. You have to let people know that this is for a reason, this is purposeful, and this is genuine in general.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you got to be yourself, man. When you try to be somebody else, or you're not just letting your character shine through, uh, people recognize phonies. We're not dumb. It's like inherent. Like it's something in our DNA where you can see someone and you're like, they're acting. They're being phony. They're not being real. And I think even I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. A bad idea put in front of somebody in a genuine way will be better received than a good idea put in front of somebody that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Just be who you are. Have fun. It's okay, man. We're all at different stages, and I'm the kind of guy. And for me, what it does is, like, I'm the kind of guy I could walk into a room with a pauper on one side and a billionaire on the other, and I don't give a crap. Like, I don't care that that guy's got $1 billion, and I don't care that that guy has $0.
Mm-hmm.
I will treat them the same. I will talk to them the same. They will get the respect that they have earned from me. And I've always had that ability. I don't, a lot of people maybe they're intimidated if somebody's wealthy or more successful than them. I just don't care. Like, I'm very happy in my own skin. I love my family. I love my wife. I am, like, super comfortable. And so I just don't care. And so that's why I'm always me. You're always going to get this version of me. I am who I am. I'm not changing. Well, if I have some bad flaws, I do work on myself. But you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to try to be fun. I'm always going to try and laugh a little bit and have a good time. And sometimes things are going to fall out of my mouth that probably shouldn't. It happens. My wife will tell you. Got no filter. Shut up.
See, I like you say that too, because I guarantee you, when you are yourself around people, you will get more opportunities. They will recognize that.
100%.
Any time of the day, they will recognize that. People who, like you say, billionaires or whatever, I guarantee you, there obviously is some, phonies out there. Let's just be real. But
yeah,
they're for sure, the ones who are also themselves, they will recognize that 100%.
Absolutely. That's why I recognized you. Your mom's like, hey, you should check out what Nick's doing. I looked at it and I'm like, man, every time you post a story, I have to watch it. Mainly because I just like listening to your voice. It's great, dude. I love your voice, man, on the things. It's awesome. You get a gig in radio, bro. I'm telling you. That voice is great. Yeah, that voice is great. I love it, man. I love it. Well, Nick, we're gonna cut out of here. I want to thank you for coming on, bud. I really appreciate you taking the time to have a conversation with me. I'm glad I got to learn more about what you're doing, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. If you tell me what you're looking for, if I can use my own influence or people in my contacts to help you, I'm happy to do that. You got any last words you'd like to leave everybody with today?
You know, I would say, like, just relating to what we were talking about, stay disciplined. Everyone out there, stay disciplined. Do your 16-hour days. Do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Just do it.
That's good, man. Pick your 16.
We're bringing each other up. We're not leaving anyone with us. That's what I like to live by. So
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. I love that. With that, like I said, there'll be all his Instagram links will be in the description. I want to thank everybody. Don't forget once again, WHP if you want that 20% discount. With that, everybody, you get out there and you work hard, peoples. Keep it old school and remember, don't forget to smile. We're out, buddy. Thank you.